At night, the sound of guns broke the silence of the road. People were dragged out of cars. Women cried. Men begged for their lives. And yet, the man who was supposed to protect them, the one who wore a police uniform in the morning, was the very same man feeding the criminals with weapons at night. This man's name was Officer Johnson. By day, Johnson looked neat, smart, and loyal. He saluted his superiors. He stopped bikes on the highway. He stood in traffic under the hot sun, pretending to protect the city. To the eyes of the people, he was a good officer. But deep in his heart, he was a wolf in sheep's clothing. At night, when the moon came out, his second life began. He never carried the guns himself. No, he was too clever for that. He supplied the guns. He gave the weapons to a group of robbers and kidnappers who ruled the night. Each time the gang succeeded, they brought money back. Johnson collected his share and laughed in secret. His police salary was nothing compared to the money the robbers gave him. Soon, the fruits of his hidden life began to show. He moved into a new apartment. He bought a fine car. He wore new clothes, expensive perfumes. His fellow police officers looked at him with wonder. They all worked the same job. They all received the same small salary. Yet Johnson was now living larger than all of them. "Brother, how come?" one officer asked him. Johnson just smiled and said, "Hard work, my friend. Hard work." But the truth was dark. He was not working hard. He was destroying lives to enjoy life. The city was no longer safe. At night, families feared to travel. On lonely roads, kidnappers struck. Men disappeared. Women were taken. Children screamed for help. The police command began to worry. Crime was rising like never before. They formed a secret plan. They would send men dressed like ordinary people to enter buses at night. They would act like travelers, but they were ready for battle. They wanted to catch the thieves red-handed, but Johnson knew nothing of this plan. It was 10 p.m. A bus full of passengers approached the very junction where the kidnappers always attacked. Johnson's boys were already there, hiding in the bushes. As usual, they set up roadblocks and forced the bus to stop. "Everybody, calm down, they shouted, guns in the air. The passengers stepped down slowly. But these passengers were not ordinary people. They were armed policemen in disguise. Suddenly, pow! A gunshot fired into the air. From all sides, backup police rushed out, sirens blaring, guns raised. The robbers were trapped. They tried to fight, but they were outnumbered. 3 were captured, 2 ran into the night, but their faces were already known. At the station, the captured men were beaten and interrogated. At first, they denied, but after hours of pain and questioning, their tongues became loose. "Officer Johnson," one of them cried. "It was Officer Johnson that gave us the guns." Another shouted, "He is our supplier, our cover in the police force." The entire room went silent. The officers could not believe their ears. The very man who wore their same uniform, who stood among them during the day, was the one selling them out at night. When Johnson arrived at work the next morning, he did not know that his secret was out. He entered the station with his fine suit, his new shoes shining. But eyes were on him, cold eyes, disappointed eyes. "Johnson," his superior called. "Yes, sir," he answered proudly. "Arrest this man." Before Johnson could even speak, 2 officers grabbed his hands and pushed him to the ground. Sir, what did I do?" he cried. "You betrayed your badge. You betrayed your people. You are no officer. You are a thief." The men who escaped were later caught too. All of them, including Johnson, were paraded in handcuffs before the very public they once tormented. Mothers spat at him. Fathers cursed him. Children looked at him with hate and fear. Johnson lost everything. His new house meant nothing. His fine car became useless. His uniform was stripped from him. He who once oppressed others with money was now begging for mercy, but mercy did not come. He was punished according to the law, and so the story ends in shame. The lesson: evil may look sweet for a while, stolen money may taste like honey for a season, but the end is always bitter. A man who wears 2 faces will one day be exposed. You cannot be police in the day and thief at night. You cannot destroy others and expect your own life to prosper. Remember this: what is hidden in the dark will surely come to light. The end. Thanks for watching.